If you like complex strategy board games like Dune Imperium, Caverna, or Settlers of Catan, you might want to check this out. My brothers and I decided to create our own game that blends worker placement, colony development, and engine building. Check the description to follow our crowdfunding. Access the rulebook and play a digital version right now for free. This board game is rich in sci-fi lore, and this video is a breakdown of one of the many factions you can play in Eqular Allegiance, United Galactic Alliance. The United Galactic Alliance is a coalition of 4 dominant powers: the United People's Republic, the Galactic Armada, the Surveyors, and the Industrial Order, brought together under the banner of liberty. Though only a century has passed since its founding, the UGA has become the single greatest obstacle to the Directorate's relentless imperial expansion. Before its creation, the worlds now united under the Alliance were fractured among rival governments and cultures. The rise of the Directorate's conquest was the catalyst that forced them together, as if the UGA were Eqular's immune system, responding to the spreading disease of tyranny. The UGA's survival is tenuous, its fleets and soldiers strain to hold the line, while at home, countless systems mourn their dead, fueling growing disillusionment with the war. The Alliance is governed by a premier, whose authority is balanced by the Senate and Council of Governors. Though the majority of leadership remains committed to resisting the Directorate, every lost colony and fallen system weakens both military strength and political resolve. The Alliance itself was born out of a delicate compromise. Amongst the hardest fought negotiations was the demand that no citizen would ever be conscripted into service. Only volunteers may fight beneath the UGA banner. This principle, cherished by every citizen, has also planted seeds of division. Worlds at the front, bleeding for survival, view their more reluctant neighbors as deserters. The result has been the rise of 2 opposing political factions: the Patriots, who demand full commitment to the war effort, and the Autonomists, who prize local independence above unity. The United People's Republic. The United People's Republic is the civilian core of the UGA, and the largest of its 4 branches. Representing countless worlds through elected delegates, the UPR ultimately holds the greatest authority, ensuring the will of the people prevails. The UPR is very diverse, drawing representatives from nearly every species and culture within Eqular. Despite this breadth, humans still make up the majority of its citizenry and leadership, a fact that has shaped much of its political identity. The Republic's capital is Utopia, a vast and gleaming planet that embodies the ideals of unity and freedom. It is both a political hub and a cultural symbol, where a Senate convenes and billions gather from across the stars to trade, negotiate, and celebrate the promise of collective liberty. Galactic Armada. The Galactic Armada is the sword of the UGA. Humans and Titans make up the bulk of its all-volunteer ranks, fueled by a deep hatred for the Directorate, like a burning brand. But the sword is heavy. Every campaign leaves deep scars. Every victory is bought with blood, and every ship lost carves a hole that cannot be easily filled. The Armada is no endless machine. It is flesh, bone, and willpower stretched thin. Its soldiers fight on not for glory, but because they know the only alternative is surrender. Where the Directorate relies on swarms of advanced fighters and cutting-edge energy weapons, the Armada is forced to depend on larger gunships and more conventional ballistic technology. The reason is simple: they cannot match the Directorate's level of engineering or afford the cost of maintaining such fleets. Instead, the Armada doubles down on what it can field: durable ships with straightforward weapons designed to last and hit hard even if they lack the speed or finesse of their enemies. Surveyors. The Surveyors are the explorers and scientists of the UGA, always the first to set foot into the unknown. They chart new worlds, probe deep space, and uncover knowledge that others can later build upon. Often, once the way is paved, their stations and outposts evolve into infrastructure hubs, laying the groundwork for settlers, industry, and defense to follow. Some of their research stations are within UGA territory, but due to their exploratory nature, most of their starbases find themselves within neutral territory. They are how the UGA maintains some influence over many neutral systems of Eqular. Their most prominent station, Surveyor Alpha, a colossal starbase in neutral territory, is the center of innovation for the UGA. Industrial Order. The Industrial Order is the engine of the UGA, an organization made up almost entirely of Titans, whose strength and endurance drive the Union's vast industries. From shipbuilding to resource extraction, their work keeps the UGA armed, supplied, and growing. Their capital, the Forge, is a massive spaceborne refinery where asteroids and even small moons are hauled to be torn apart and refined into raw materials that fuel the Union's expansion. To the Order, labor is not a burden, but a duty, their way of ensuring the survival of the UGA. Thank you for watching. Follow our crowdfunding page in the description and subscribe to our channel for more updates and lore videos for Eqular Allegiance. Bye!